Gaming.
For China.
The Xbox generation has been a disaster. And I know a lot of people who like Xbox don't want to hear that, but welcome to reality. Don't overstay your welcome. This generation has been abysmal, but especially for dear old Microsoft, who has had more success on PC than they have on their own consoles. I cannot think of a console generation that had more potential squandered than this one. And let me tell you, I am tired of seeing Phil Spencer get brought onto Colt Eastwood Show, or sit down with Paris, or Windows Central to throw another pity party. Boo-hoo! I let you guys down for the trillionth time. Suck a d.
I'll tell you what! I don't want to hear about your fucking fathers and how their assholes work, alright? It makes me sick.
It's a goddamn miracle that the console has outlived Phil Spencer's hairline. The fact that we saw Phil Spencer slim down before we ever saw the console break record sales is pathetic. Now, I know sales and whatnot don't play a role into your enjoyment, but you know what does? Pricing. And I don't give a fuck what any console fanboy out there wants to say. Pricing matters 100%. And let me tell you, Microsoft cannot afford to be pricing people the way they are right now, because they are struggling enough as it is, and they've just made their struggle a whole lot worse. Just a quick reminder, thank you for 110,000 subs. We broke the goal. So of course you're gonna get your Power World Pokemon parody app. I'm working on it as we speak, but before I can get there, I have to cover this breaking news. And if you want more videos like this, then you know what to do. Smash the subscribe button. Our next goal is 120K. Now, let the Xbox roast commence. Earlier this year, Microsoft announced that they were raising the price of their games and consoles, to which the internet ridiculed them and resulted in the console selling even less than ever before. Because you wonder, why in the hell would I do that? Why would I pay more for an Xbox in 2025 when this system came out over 5 years ago and all of its content can be played on PC or some of it on other consoles? And the services like Game Pass exist on PC as well. Is the console experience really worth more now? Obviously not. Microsoft then went to blame tariffs on the whole thing, but I do not see how tariffs affect software pricing. As a matter of fact, I don't see tariffs affecting the other consoles anywhere near as much, because Microsoft's price hike has been the most egregious one of them all. I mean, yes, I understand Sony raised their prices. Yes, Nintendo is now selling $80 games, but Microsoft has raised their price the most, and it cannot be argued. They did this less than 4 months ago, and they did it yet again today. Xbox will raise Series X and Series S console prices in the United States on October 3rd, following a similar increase in May due to tariffs. Again, there they go, blaming the tariffs, but we know that is not the case here. We know console manufacturers can absolutely take a hit to console sales and recuperate with software sales. But guess what? The software went up in price too, alongside the hardware. So if you want to keep trying to spin this narrative about, ooh, tariffs, take it easy on Microsoft. No, suck a dick. Your console is 5 fucking years old. It's even more hilarious because they're saying, oh, we have to raise the price, because of tariffs. As if they're the ones paying it. Bitch, you ain't paying shit! Tariffs are all completely paid out of the pocket of consumers who you've refused to take it easy on this entire generation. How does Furio from Sopranos say it?
No bitch to me.
It's your job to figure that out, not pass the cost of it down to the consumer who's already being overcharged for technology that's supposed to see a price decrease. Right now, the Xbox should be about $300. Microsoft knows this. Sony especially knows this. But neither company has actually lowered that price on you because they think you're actually stupid enough to believe the Orange Man is the results of this. US console pricing updates announced September 19th, 2025. Beginning on October 3rd, we will update the recommended retailer pricing for Series S and Series X consoles in the United States due to changes in the macroeconomic environment. So this is only happening in the United States. How convenient. No, it's going up in price in the United States because that's like basically the only market Xbox is relevant in. Face it. That's your biggest market. So you are going to tax the shit out of them because you can. Because dumbasses will just continue to buy this hardware for no reason whatsoever. Because there literally is zero reason to have one of these. The only benefit there is to an Xbox console is maybe the Series S if you're dirt poor. But even that got a price increase. So what are these price updates? The Xbox Series S, 512 gigs, will go from $379 to $400. $400 for an Xbox Series S. This was a console that was at one point below $300 a few years back. Now it's $400 for 512 gigs. You can't even fit more than like what? 4 games on this thing. And they want $400? $400 for the budget system? For the economic choice? Why in the hell would anybody choose that over a PS5 at this point? And then the Series S 1 terabyte, $450. Why would you even do that to yourself? 1 terabyte is $50 more. And then the Xbox Series X digital, they want $600 for an Xbox Series X digital, no disc drive, digital. Phil Spencer has obviously been hanging out with elites and doing adrenochrome or something. How do you even justify such a price increase for a system with no goddamn disc drive? No, but it gets better than the standard Xbox Series X, you know, the one with the disc drive. $650 fucking dollars! This system was supposed to be the console that eats monsters for breakfast. It was supposed to be the 12 teraflop powerhouse. And when we all saw over the years that it wasn't any of that, we all knew the console should at the very least be about like what, $350 or $400 minimum. Now they want $650 for it. And then of course the Xbox Series X 2 terabyte, $800. Microsoft wants to charge you even more than the PS5 Pro without a significant increase to performance. $800 fucking dollars? Why would anybody buy a console at that price? Once you're at the $800 range, just save another $400 and get yourself a gaming PC. This is retarded. A source that Microsoft offered the following comments.
We are navigating an incredibly dynamic environment right now. We've assessed the changing macroeconomic environment and addressed the applicable impacts. Indeed, the tariff situation between the United States and China, where Xbox consoles are manufactured, changes on a near monthly cadence, with different parts of the console subjected to different duties. Earlier exemptions expired recently, but there's no telling what new ones could be put in place tomorrow.
You know what's crazy? It's the most hardcore Microsoft defenders. They're actually gonna roll with that. You are being scammed. Well, I mean, you're not scammed if you already bought the system. But the fact that it's cheaper to buy a system 5 years ago than it is now? I don't even know if that should be legal. We are nearing the end of this console generation, and next gen is right around the corner, and you mean to tell me this is the standard pricing for last gen? Then what the fuck is the pricing gonna be for next gen? I couldn't imagine it being anything reasonable. Well, then again, if your Xbox console is sitting anywhere in your house other than the trash can, you're doing something wrong. Because the only justification to owning a system like this is if it was the cheapest alternative option. And it's not. It's actually the most expensive option with the least to offer. But in this current market, unfortunately, giving people a budget option doesn't result in more success for you. We're living during a time where people are buying $1,000 consoles and $1,000 handhelds. In the span of 4 months, we saw Xbox consoles jump up nearly a full $100. Microsoft acting like it's some hot product that's flying off shelves and is in high demand, when it's slowly becoming a niche product. Microsoft is literally telling people, well, yeah, you know, if you really love Xbox, then you'll buy one. That is it. That is their go-to marketing at this point, because these prices will dissuade anyone. The weaker system with less games being more expensive. Microsoft has benefited heavily from the Activision merger. They have the most content output I've ever seen them have in ages. But none of that success has trickled down to their console owners or potential future owners. It's like Microsoft hates their own console or something, and they just want to get this generation over with and experiment with their next generation, which will be even more expensive and less enticing. Whoever buys an Xbox Series S at $400 needs psychiatric help immediately, because you are not only being scammed, you're also actively feeding into the artificial price increase of console gaming. It's like Microsoft knew they were going to lose this race and decided to just shoot themselves in the foot just to see if Nintendo and Sony would look behind them as they're about to cross the finish line. Microsoft deserves their failure. They deserve their low sales numbers. They deserve to lose this bad. They deserve their declining profits. They deserve their declining consumer base, because they've done everything in their power to make it worse for themselves rather than better. And if you feel sorry for a company that has actively done this to themselves, then you're a corporate shill. There are people out there who actively have remorse for this company. People who brand their YouTube channels or profiles with the Xbox and Microsoft logos, like as if they take pride in this. And what's even crazier is they're going to stand by the brand afterwards, still reporting on them positively, as if it's going to change the course that Microsoft has set this console brand on. I understand Sony started the trend of $800,000, $900,000 consoles, but what in the hell makes Microsoft think that price hikes like that are going to help their brand? The only sort of positive thing you can say about this is that this price increase will affect very little people. Why is that? Because very few are gonna even buy it. Very few are gonna go and pick up an Xbox after this. So this is only going to hurt Microsoft. So congratulations. I hope your greed and reluctancy to eat the cost to win over the consumer, I hope it results in an even steeper decline for your hardware sales, because you deserve it. I mean, in general, it really pisses me off because we don't see Nintendo or Sony face any consequences for doing this. I wish they would, because there was a time long ago where console manufacturers were not afraid to eat the cost if it meant getting more of their product in the consumer's hands. But we don't live in those times anymore. And to think this generation started off with Microsoft creating the most consumer-friendly, economically affordable console, which is no longer that. The Xbox Series S has lost all its value and meaning. And that was all done by Microsoft, who single-handedly nearly doubled its price. This system was the only saving grace for them, and they have effectively rendered it meaningless. You killed the only thing you had going for you. Fucking amazing. But exactly what you would expect out of Team Microsoft. Instead of keeping the budget system a budget system that could be affordable to people during times like this, you've turned it into the least desirable console. Xbox just made Nintendo and Sony look like the good guys, which we know they're not. Everybody here is guilty, but Microsoft is the worst offender. Like, comment, share, and subscribe if you so choose to on the road to 200K. That being said, see you in the next video.
Free Congo sucks ass.